Welcome to Sit Down, a show well, where I interview people from the entertainment business, such as horror actors, directors, and find out what's really brewing deep inside. On this episode, we're going to go deep inside the mind of James Balsamo. So, sit down and enjoy. Hello, everyone. I'm sitting here with a man of many skills and wears many hats in the movie business. He's a director, songwriter, actor, sculptor, and special effects makeup artist. I want to welcome James Balsamo to Sit Down. How you doing, James?
Awesome. It's great to be here on the internet.
On the interweb?
Right.
Yeah. I read something that you went to like your first horror convention when you were like 8 or 9.
Yep.
What were the movies that got you turned on to horror?
Friday the 13th, Part 3. That scene where they're in the barn and that girl's on the meat hook.
All right.
That was it for me. I was like, I'm hooked. Get it? Hooked.
Put
That's
up
a hook joke, ladies and gentlemen. A hook joke.
Too bad you're not in Red Hook right now.
Right.
Red Hook.
Right.
No. No, yeah, I saw that movie in the theater myself. Was that home video for you or in the theater?
I think that was like on television. They were playing it on WB. That was like when WB used to play like old 80s horror movies.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite.
My dog just wanted to say hi. They're really excited about me.
Well, hello, dog. It almost looks like a fake dog with the way its head's shaped.
No, they're real.
No, no, I know. I'm just saying it. It just kind of looks like it's kind of like stuffed or something. I mean, I know it's real, but just the look of it. It just. Well, as we can see behind you, you got a lot of nice memorabilia from some movies there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a fan. I was and still am a fanboy. I'm a horror fanboy, and I think anyone who's seen any of my films realizes that this isn't just some guy that's jumped into this genre. Like I live, eat, and sleep and breathe horror movies. Like I love the genre.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir there, man. I've been that way since I was like 5 years old. Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, my mom used to let me stay up late at night and watch like all the on the Friday nights. You'd have like creature feature, and watch like Night of the Living Dead and the old 50s and 60s sci-fi films, and it morphed into Texas Chainsaw. Say that, huh?
Like Robot Monster and the Monster that eats.
Robot Monster and Tarantula and them.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, but it morphed into TCM and The Exorcist and The Omen. I saw that at the drive-in when I was like, what was that? It came out in '75, so I was like 8.
Right? How great is that pane of glass decapitation still?
I
That
I, lo- I love that. I, but my favorite scene in that whole movie is when he realizes that they buried a jackal, and that's the whole graveyard scene is just my favorite scene.
Yeah, that's great. And the priest on the pike, that whole piece that falls off, that's great.
That is great.
That guys are awesome.
So I mean, you wear a lot. Like I said at the beginning, you wear a lot of hats. You have many skills. But what's the hardest one when making movies?
Um, Probably, you know what I mean. It really depends. They all have their sweet spots and bitter tastes. I would say to all of them. Editing is probably the most uh, difficult. You know what I mean? I love shooting, and then having to sit and watch hours of all the terrible takes.
That 1 second.
Exactly. If you don't know, 24 frames make
1 second. Yep.
it's all about that 1 second. That's that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it amazes me what you do. You didn't. You don't just work on your own films. You were a boom operator on Jackal Slasher. You know, you've done uh, productions for other films. You do everything, and these are the people that I mean. You are a modern day John Carpenter, basically.
Thank you. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for that compliment.
Well, it's true. I mean, look at Carpenter. He wrote the music for Halloween. He wrote Halloween with Deborah Hill. You know, went out of his way to direct it and edit it, and he got the movies that he wanted. And you're basically the up and comer, Carpenter.
Thank you, man. That's an awesome compliment. Put that on a Wheaties box.
There you go. I'll call Wheaties next week. Modern day Carpenter. Um, you get a lot of like semi-known and known people to do your films. Do you just randomly walk up to like Gangrel and say, "Want to be in my movie?" Or did you know him before?
No, you know what? I usually kidnap a loved one of one of my cameos and say, unless you're going to be in my movie, they will never see the light of day.
You're saying that Gangrel and Luna Vachon had a kid?
Yeah, Gangrel was awesome, though. I was I still am a big wrestling fan. So
Yeah.
It's always a wrestler, an adult film star, and a ton of bands that I actually.
Ton of bands, yeah. But the one that I mean, besides Gangrel, the other one that surprised me was when you got Raven in one of your movies. I mean, because I'm along with you. I've been a wrestling fan as long as I've been a horror fan. It seems like. So I'm like, dude, that Raven's not looking as good as he did in his days.
That's a rough business, you know what I mean? Those guys, like, they say wrestling's fake, but those guys are hitting the mat every time they get in the ring. So it takes a toll for sure.
Oh yeah.
Tried to be a professional wrestler. I trained for a little while, and it's brutal. Those coming off the ropes, those are steel cables. It's not as fun as it was.
Well, when you watch, I think it was 1992. If you watched like the year that Sid Vicious broke his ankle,
Oh yeah, when it comes off the top of the rope.
it wasn't even the top rope. It was the second rope from the top. I mean, he barely jumped down like 2 feet, and he snaps his ankle. And it's wobbling around like this. I mean, it was just surprising. That's the one. That's one of those things that just sticks in my head. And so, you also act. I mean, besides in your own movies, and I love your movies, dude. I honestly, Catch of the Day and Coolest Hill are like my two favorite movies you've done. And I really love Coolest Hill. Are we ever going to see Rachel Zaitis in any of your movies again?
Yeah, actually, Rachel's in Gory Tits, which is a short film that I did.
Okay.
But she's in that. And I've been working with Rachel a long time. She's actually, before I did the feature I Spill Your Guts, 2 years before that I shot short on VHS called Spill Your Guts, and it was about these two guys that eat toxic hot dogs and then become raving lunatics that go on a killing spree and kill this Nazi gang, and she's in the Nazi gang. So,
That's cool. I think, yeah, she's the one that played the sexy demon. Still waiting on that autograph.
I'll get that for you.
But can you talk about a little bit about the projects you do outside your own movies?
Sure. Actually, this summer I did a lot of acting outside of my own films. I was in 3 other films. I went out to Virginia to be in a movie called Mills versus Zombies. It's Brad Twig's second feature film. He did Foolish Tales before that, which I'm also in. And it was a lot of fun about Mills versus Zombies. And I was
Dude,
husband
so,
to the Mills. Funny story, actually. I was just in Monster Mania in Hunt Valley, Maryland, and not to give any spoilers away, but I end up in my boxer shorts become a zombie. And so while we're filming, I go into this elevator. We go to the Dawn of the Dead flyboy out of the elevator.
Right.
But I'm in my boxer shorts. So the elevator closes on the third floor and goes down to the first floor and fills with people while I'm in my underwear. And they're like, "Oh, the party started tonight, huh?" So it's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
actor, you have to be comfortable with yourself and you just can't be uptight. Just walk around in your underwear in a hotel.
I see your pictures on Facebook all the time. Looks like you're having a blast.
Yeah, man, it's fun. This is what I always wanted to do, and I'm glad I'm doing it.
So what else besides MILFs versus zombies?
I also went out to Tennessee to film a cameo in Donald Farmer's Shark Exorcist. I think that's such a cool title. Shark Exorcist.
I love shark movies, no matter how stupid they are.
Yeah, and that one's about a nun that commits suicide and even gets into a shark. Forgive me, I'm paraphrasing.
Hey, man.
The shark goes on a killing spree.
I'm telling you now, I'm gonna wind up watching this movie.
I'm sure you are.
No, seriously, I've seen like every shark movie. I saw. Did you ever see Snow Shark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm still waiting for the sequel. So, and the third thing?
The third movie I did was Neil Machano's Maggots. Neil's a good friend of mine. He directed Mold, and I'm one of the students at the school. These giant maggots attack. If you haven't seen the maggots, they look awesome. It's gonna be really.
No, something I'm gonna have to look up, man.
And so yeah, I'm having a good time doing cameos and movies, making my own movies. Busy. This weekend was crazy. Friday night, no, I'm sorry, Thursday night, I filmed cameos with MXPX and Zebrahead, partied with those guys, and then got up early and went to Maryland to do Monster Making. So,
Yeah, then you spent your time in Monster Mania hanging out with everybody. It looked like.
Yeah, it was a good time. Like
You know,
have fun.
if you haven't seen his pictures, people, the majority of his pictures are this. There you go.
My best Gene Simmons impersonation.